y'all, it is Kay with Sonora K Creations, and today I am going to show you how to make a simple little hoop that can be used for a tree of life or a dream catcher, which is what I like to use them for, but they can be used for whatever your imagination desires. So the tools you'll need today to do this will be, of course, wire, and I'm using 18 gauge tinned copper wire from Artistic. That's just what I happen to have. And you'll also need round nose pliers. I like to use my groovy pliers from Wolf Tools. They are flat on one side and they have a groove to grab the wire without damaging it. I also have a pair of flat nose type pliers, also from Wolf Tools. They're also groovy pliers. They have the little notch. Turmeric. I was eating turmeric earlier. Fingers are stained. These also have a notch, and they'll be used to make the spiral. Then I have a mandrel. Well, it's actually I'm not even sure where I got this. I've just had it for so long. But it's the perfect size for me. So if you don't have one of these on hand, anything round will do. This is about 1.5 inches in diameter, or just over an inch rather. So yeah, anything small and round will work. Maybe a bottle. Yeah, like something like this might work. Not for pounding on though. You wouldn't want to do it on glass, because I will be using the hammer and show you how I work harden it, which is another thing you'll need. A hammer. This is nylon headed hammer, and all the links for all the tools that you'll need will be listed below. I also use, these are just a pair of, man, I've had these forever. These are bead landing pliers that I picked up at Michael's probably 10 years ago. I don't think they even have them with the pink handles. I haven't been to a Michael's in so long. I'm not even sure what color they have, but anyways, they are just a pair of flat nose needle nose pliers, and I have them dipped in a product called Tool Magic, and it is a coating that once it dries you can work wire without, as long as you're gentle, it won't mar the wire. Now if you get really rough, it'll just come right through, but you got to be gentle. And then of course we're going to need some flush cutters. Yeah, and there will be links posted below for everything but the mandrel. Actually, I think this came as a set with a mortar and pestle. There was a bowl, and this was designed to grind up herbs, and it was something I picked up at the dollar store. That's right. Okay. So those are the tools you'll need, and yeah, we'll get started here. So first thing first, you're going to want to take your wire, and you're going to want to take your round nose pliers, and I want to make a bail big enough for the chain that I plan to use to go through, and so I move it. There's 1, 2, 3 notches on these, and I move it out towards the very end. Now depending on what chain you want to use will depend on the size of bail that you want to make. But the very first thing you do, at any rate, is make your loop. So you loop it all the way around, and then bring your pliers back around, and then bend it back straight. And what that's going to do is going to make this perfect little eye hoop. Words are hard. Okay, so like that. And then you want to bend it at a 90-degree angle. And for this one I go down just a little bit more, because I want to bend it at a 90-degree angle with enough space to where you can wrap the 18-gauge wire around at least 3 times. So I use the second notch on here for that. And you want to hold it flat like that, and then just bend it like that. So then you'll have your 90-degree right there. Okay, and then you take your round, whatever you're going to use, A medicine bottle would work too if you have one of those. Any small plastic. You don't want to use glass, because for this next step you'll see real quick that you're not going to want to use glass. So you just bring it around, whoops, and get it to where it wraps around. Hook it back around there and pull. You're going to be pulling as tight as you can, and just start wrapping it around. And once you get it 3 times like that, get your cutters, and you'll cut it off about 1 inch. Right about 1 inch there. I'm guessing that's about 1 inch. Okay, put the wire aside. So now we have what looks like this. You got your hoop, and it's wrapped around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to take our round nose pliers again, and I'm going to make just a little bit of a curve right at the end, like that. Then I'll bring these in with the notches, and I can pinch that tight. I love, 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 love my groovy pliers. And this is kind of wonky, so I'm going to, this is where you want to use, see, with the nylon coating, because I can really kind of give it a good little snug pinch there. And then you just start curving it around to make your spiral. And spirals are fun to practice. That's the best way to get good at a spiral, is by practicing. And just bring it around and around and around. And then we're going to come back around like this. And we are going to layer down flat. And that will be the front of your hoop. Now see, mine got a little bit out of shape, but that's okay. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put it back on here, and then get the pliers out of the way, and we've got our hammer, and this is where we're going to work harden it. And work hardening is a very important part of the process. And just by tapping on it, that just is what that's going to do, because this is copper wire. What this is going to do is it's going to harden it, so that it doesn't bend out of shape while you're working it. See, I'm not real happy with that. It's a little bit wonky still. And that happens, don't worry about it. It's not going to show that much. Now, one last final thing I like to do, but it is not necessary, is I like to tap it from the other side. And for that, I have this nifty little anvil steel. You can use this, or heavy, or you can get one of these. The point is to have something hard to lay this on, to hammer. So you can use this, or you can use this. It does make work hardening very, wow, that's nice and hard now. You can even do the bail. And it just takes a couple of taps. And it doesn't matter which side of the hammer you use, they both work equally as well. So, yeah. And that, y'all, is all there is to making a hoop. I'm going to be using this one for a tree of life, and this one, and I'm going to make 2 more because I need to make 4 trees. So we'll start on that one next, but this video is just to show you how to make. So thanks for watching, y'all, and we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.